Hello, I'm Susanna, a character designer and children's book illustrator. And here we are going to do some sketching practice together because sketching is essential for improving your drawing skills. You will learn how to work with line of action, asymmetry, balance, rhythm, tilts and twists, leading the eye over the pose, and generally how to make your character feel alive and not boring. These are stylized pose, not realism, and mermaids are great for this. You have a wide range of movement, and you can play with the flow of the hair and tail and fin. So it's a really great practice. When you are drawing, try to think of it as storytelling. Your art should make sense, should tell a story. Try to capture movement, flow, or feeling, or even the nature of your character, or some action. From the very first glance, it should be clear what's going on in your art. Yes, you can create some mystery, but it should still make a sense. I will go into more details for each pose, so check it out. In this video, we make these three mermaids. Check out some details about canvas size and brush, also a few useful drawing tips below the video or on my Patreon. Let's get started. We start with this pose and we will make two sketches. First very rough, just to get an idea about the main shapes and the overall position. And the second more precise. Here is a line of action. You can see the asymmetry and some kind of rhythm here, which feels more natural. And also you can see a very clear leading of the eye. So start with a circle for the head and a cross for the face. I put the sketch here so you know where we are going. And make a torso. Indicate shoulders. Keep the three-dimensional aspect in your mind. And the line of action goes like that. And the tail. Feel free to exaggerate the motion and shape since this is a stylized pose. And here will be a big fin. Don't focus on details here. This is a quick sketching practice, so focus more on the pose itself. And the arms. Maybe this way. And the second hand in a different position to keep asymmetry. And draw the hair in nice motion. Now the very rough face. Just indicate where the nose and eyes go. Define the chin and cheeks a bit. Feel free to make any adjustments or emphasize some lines. Now lower the opacity and create a new layer above your first sketch. Here be more precise, add some details, but still keep your sketch simple, a bit loose. This is about practice, not perfection. You don't have to follow your first sketch. Feel free to make any adjustments, new lines, different directions, angles, and so on.
Sunlight spills on the window. The aroma of coffee fills the air. Lazy cat is curled up on the sofa. Time passes so slowly as if it were hidden away. Wind gently blew across the face. Pleasant melody lingers softly in the ear.
You can add some top or texture of the skin.
Are taken away at this moment. Hold
And you can add details on the top of the tail.
table being turned by the wind. The casual chat of
When you draw the fin, try to capture movement here. Make some twist or wave.
leaves blown by the wind are still rustling. How melodious everything is, just quietly.
Draw the face. Keep it simple. Draw any kind of face you like. This is about pose, not about the face, so no pressure here. Feel free also to skip the face completely.
Oh, my Sunday, as if world stands still. Only my heartbeat could be heard. Smile and laugh heartily all by myself. Tacking of the second hand, beating of the pulse.
And now hair. Also keep it simple. If you want to go into more details, try level 3 of Mermaid sketching on my Patreon, where I share some tips and samples of hair drawing. Now we add some volume and depth, even in a sketch. Select any color you want. Create a new layer below the sketch. Tap on the lasso tool and turn on the freeform and color fill options. And now just draw over the entire shape. Tap on the dot here to fill the shape. If it's too dark, tap on the N here and lower the opacity or change the color. Fill the gaps if needed. I want to try here just a gentle shade, a gentle touch of the color, but you can try some bright or bold color. Feel free to use an eraser if you need. Create a new layer above for shading. I'm using here glowing brush from Drawing Group. Add a bit of shade on the some parts behind the arms and body, where some parts overlap, or anywhere you feel it's right.
The sun is shining bright like a colorful aurora. It paints the world in hues of orange and white and more. I'm gonna start packing my bag. I'm leaving all worries behind. Let's go. I need to get my own summer style back. The breeze is playing soft through the palm trees loft. Seen it whisper secrets of.
Now tap on the smudge tool, I'm using one charcoal here, and smudge the shade slightly.
Slapping on the beach is like a pleasant melody. Soothe my heart's troubles. Windows down with the wind in my hair. I feel so free. Oh, it's the smell of summer. My summer trip. Take me away, all worries to a place where my heart can play. Under the stars, by the ocean shore, by the vast grasslands. Oh, it's the smell.
Fix it with an eraser if needed.
I find a hidden cove where the dolphins rove. I watch them dance in the ocean's cove. I build a sandcastle high. I touch the summer sky. I sit around a fire, share stories that will never tire. I found the feeling of summer. I fell in love with the feeling of summer. The breeze is playing soft through the palm trees loft. Seen it whisper secrets of each land.
Create a new layer above, select a very bright color and draw some highlights.
Like a pleasant melody, soothe my heart's
maybe select the Add option here for extra shine. Keeping your sketch, shades, and so on in separate layers make any adjustments much easier. This is a very simple coloring. Later we will practice it even more with other mermaids.
The sun is shining bright like a colorful aurora. It paints the world in hues of orange and white and more. I'm gonna start packing my bag. I'm leaving all worries behind. Let's go. I need to get my own summer style back. The breeze is playing soft through the palm trees.
Now smudge highlight slightly.
It whispers secrets of each land. The sound of the waves lapping on the beach is like a pleasant melody. Soothe my heart's troubles. Windows down with the wind in my hair. I feel so free. Oh, it's the smell of summer. My summer trip. Take me away.
Play with the opacity or use an eraser if needed.
To a place where my heart can play. Under the stars, by the ocean shore, by the vast grassland.
Now the next one. She is a bit angry and I wanted to emphasize it with the sharper shapes like shoulders, hair, fin and so on. We create balance here by sketching the hair on the right side as her tail is pushed out more to the left side, so there is some free space on the right side. If you put hair on the left side too, it seems a bit off, right? Let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, draw a circle for the head and cross for the face. Here is the neck and torso. And the line of action of the tail is almost straight. Shoulders and overlapping arms. Shoulders are a bit higher than they are in relaxed pose. Very rough face and hair, very simple. Maybe a bit of detail here. Lower the opacity and create a new layer for your second sketch. Dive in, explore this pose, feel free to follow your own creativity. I recommend that after this practice, try to draw it again with some changes. Try to change shapes, maybe create a chubby mermaid or change the tail or a fin shape. Put her arms in a different angle and so on. Keep the basis, but with some variation. Explore the movement, it can really boost your skills. If you have fun so far, try another 4 mermaids, the tutorials on my Patreon. Here you can also grab all rough sketches, put them into your Canva and use them as a little helper if you struggle here. I make the hip more sharp and not rounded. And also a fin, but you can keep the simple. However, if you want to go in more details, in level 3 on my Patreon, we explore the fin even more, so check it out. Now a very simple face. Maybe add some details on the tail on the sides. And draw the hair. Now coloring like we did before. Create a new layer and use the lasso tool. Lower the opacity and fill the gaps if needed. Create a new layer for shading. I speed it up a bit, but take your time. With shade and highlights, you can create a nice flow and motion in the hair. Smudge the shade slightly and make some parts stronger if you want to emphasize the shape. Draw highlights in a new layer. I like to draw shades and highlights stronger first and then soften it with an eraser. I have better control over the brush strokes like that. Let me know in the comments if it works for you in this way too. I recommend also trying my bear sketching tutorials. There are 12 poses and 6 different heads or face drawings, or even pillow poses. This gives you a strong foundation and you really easily understand how to work with the position. Now the last one. This is a more active and interesting pose. His lovely flow and motion, and a very natural leading of the eye. Start with a circle and indicate the profile. Here will be the neck and torso from the side. Indicate tail and fin. I'm using a different color for the arms to show it to you better, since the arms are overlapping the body and it can be hard to see. Also a peek of the other shoulder and arm. And now the nice flow of the hair. Maybe you rather like this. Okay, lower the opacity and create a new layer. Draw your precise sketch. Maybe try a different color than you used with the first two mermaids. Try to capture some expression. It can be simple, but you can still practice the easy features and expressions. No worries if you struggle here. I'm working on face drawing tutorials, so we will get there. Pay attention to angles and arms and torso positions. Now the tail. As you can see, I'm drawing a bit off the first sketch. Feel free to do the same. The first sketch is rather for the guideline about the main shape. Here you can play with the overall shape better with direction and angles. So you don't have to stick with the first sketch. Try to keep smooth brush strokes, rather a few shorter strokes than one long wonky line. Now coloring in a new layer using the lasso tool. I want to try to make it brighter, but use any color you like.
Such a terrible idea. Worse when I've had all this year. But I can't ignore our obvious attraction. I imagine how it ends. Up in flames we'll go again. Seeking chaos can't help giving into passion. But there's something so vexing about you. It's like a call to borrow a stone to prove we've been through this before, fell it
Now shading. You can also try to use the lasso tool here for the bigger area and with a darker color.
I remind myself how he'd question everything about me. Call me stupid as a mindless joke. He hypnotized me as we spoke. Purely mythological with the ugliest soul. He would think that he is holding me for ransom. Cause there's something so vexing about you. It's like a call to borrow a stone to
Then fill the gaps.
we've been through this before, fell it out, I said no more. But still I want you like a mad, mad woman.
Lower the opacity and smudge it slightly.
Made it to the final hour, but the wine begins to sour, and I'm seeing myself in a dreadful fashion. Then the fog begins to clear as I'm gasping.
And make one more shading round to create some volume here. create some layers in the hair.
Cause there's something so sexy about you. It's like I got to put a stone to prove. We've been through this before, fell in and out, I say no more. But still I want you like a mad, mad woman.
Now highlights. Okay, perfect. If you want to try more mermaids, join me on my Patreon for these poses and for some tips for the hair and the tail drawing. Grab here also all 7 rough sketches from both tutorials, plus 2 bonus poses for easier following. All this is also in my workbook, so definitely check it out. The links are below the video. Try also my other drawing voiceover tutorials. There are more than 50 on my Patreon, plus a lot of drawing and Procreate tips, sneak peek behind the scene of the picture book illustrator work and life, and much more. See you there!